Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing. Don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today, on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for November the 3rd, 2021. Now, man, overall, man, good show. I don't know if it was you guys, man, but tonight's show, man, it felt like it flew by really fast, man. It really did. Yeah, it flew by really fast, man. Now, we had some great matches on this show. We had the Cody Rhodes versus Andrade match. I thought that was really good. We had the semifinals in the AEW World Title Eliminator match with Miro, who was the replacement for Jon Moxley, versus Orange Cassidy. I thought that match was really good. And yeah, man. And we also had some great segments too, man. I enjoyed the segments on the show, man. So yeah, I thought they were really cool, man. The Darby Allin and MJF stuff and the Inner Circle and the American Top Team stuff was really good. The segments were really good. Even though I'm not a fan of the feud with the American Top Team and the Inner Circle, I thought the segment was really good. And so yeah, man. So they preparing for Full Gear, which is next Saturday. So can't wait for Full Gear. And yeah, man, they're stacking up this show, man. They're stacking up that Full Gear show for next week. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it with Dynamite and everything that happened. Of course, we had the TBS. We had the TBS Women's Title Eliminator Tournament match. We had that too. And yeah, man. And also we had the feud with the Elite and Jurassic Express and Christian Cage. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with Dynamite, man. And yeah, man, Dynamite for November the 3rd, 2021. And so, yeah, man, and I say this in my intro all the time, man. If you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, man, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I'm here each and every single week, man. I'm here on Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, of course. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage, and then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man. WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So I'm here, man. And so yeah, man. So tonight we were live in Kansas City, Missouri. In our first match of the night, we had Kenny By God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion and the AAA Mega Heavyweight Champion, with Michael Nakazawa in his corner versus Allen 5 Angels. So yeah, man. So this really good match to start off the show, man. Really good match. So yeah, first off we had Angels. He went right after Omega, and then Omega started chopping Angels, and then we had the crowd started chanting Kenny no balls, and then 5 Angels, whatever you want to call him, he was fighting back. He hit a leg lariat to Omega, and so Omega hit a Kataru crusher on Angels, and so Omega he tried to go for the V trigger, but he missed, and then Angels he had rolled up Omega for the pinfall, and so Omega kicked out, so that was a close one, man. And so yeah, man. So we had a tope suicida to Omega, and we had an outside moonsault to Omega, followed up by a diving crossbody to Omega, and Omega kicks out. And then Omega 5, he went for a frog splash, but Omega, he got the knees up. And so we had a buckle bomb. We had a buckle bomb to Angels, followed up by a sit-out spine buster to Angels. So that was a nice transition move from Omega. And so yeah, man. So yeah, both of these guys, they're going back and forth with strikes. And then Omega, he hit a V trigger. He hit a V trigger to Angels, but Omega, he did a nonchalant cover. He didn't hook the leg, so that ended up, he didn't get the win that way. So if he would have hooked the leg, he probably would have ended the match earlier. But yeah, 5, he kicked out. And so yeah, man. So Omega, he finally ended the match. So Omega finally ended the match with a series of V triggers to Angels to win the match. So therefore, Kenny Omega wins the match, and that was pretty much it with the match. So yeah, man, really good match to start off the show. And so yeah, man, so right after the match, we had Omega. He grabbed the microphone, he spoke, and so Omega, he said that 5 or Angels, he tried to take away Omega's career, or he ruined his career or something like that. And so yeah, Omega, he said that now is my time to take away your career and ruin your career. And so yeah, so Omega, he ordered Michael Nakazawa, who was out there, to give him a chair, and so he gave Omega the chair. And so Omega, he tried to hit the one wing angel. He tried to hit the one wing angel on Allen Angels on the chair. And so the Hangman Adam Page's theme music had played, and he came out to the ring, and he attacked Michael Nakazawa. And so when Page went up to the ring, Omega had the chair. Omega had the chair in his hand while Page was going for the buckshot lariat. And so Angels had took the chair away from Omega, and so Omega had dodged the buckshot lariat and got out of there. And so yeah, man. So Page, he told Omega. So Page, he grabbed the microphone too, and so he was holding up the AEW World Championship. And so he told Omega to hold on to that championship real tight because you got 10 days. And so yeah, man. So Omega, he grabbed his championship out of the ring, and he was holding it like Tommaso Ciampa. How Tommaso Ciampa held the NXT championship like a child. He was holding it on like he was holding a baby or something like that. So yeah, man. So yeah, really, really good stuff, man. Really good segment. I love the part that these guys didn't touch each other yet. Because you don't want to give parts of the match away by having these guys touch each other, because this is a big match, man. A big match between Omega and Page, and you don't want them to touch each other. You don't want him to hit his finishing move on Page or Omega. You don't want these guys to hit their big moves on each other. So glad that they didn't touch each other. Glad they did not touch each other. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it with the segment. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had Malakai Black. Malakai Black, he had a vignette, and he spoke about being banned from ringside by Tony Khan. So Tony Khan had banned Malakai Black from ringside in that match later on tonight with Cody Rhodes and Andrade El Idolo.
Why do men of power always think that their decisions serve more than their own interest? Tony, your decision to bar me from ringside is not going to have the significant effect that you think it might have. It's not going to change the outcome of this entire match. And you know why this decision won't have an effect, Tony?
Why?
Do you know that when they assassinated Julius Caesar, it wasn't just Marcus that betrayed him?
So who was it then? But yeah, that was it with Malakai Black. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had CM Punk. He spoke. He came out to the ring and he spoke, man. Did his promo.
There's 2 people who aren't here today, and one has a very legitimate reason as to not be here, and that's the name I want to hear chanted. His name is Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley, yeah.
I'll spend all my time out here listening to you guys chant for him right now because it's important. It's important to me.
So yeah, man. So that was the first part of this promo. So Punk, I brought up Jon Moxley, And Jon Moxley, he wasn't here tonight. He wasn't on Dynamite tonight because he's dealing with, he's got to go through rehab because he's dealing with alcohol problems, issues with alcohol. So yeah, so hopefully he gets the help that he needs. And so yeah, so much respect for CM Punk for, for the support. Not only CM Punk but everybody in the locker room, man, showing their support for Jon Moxley while he's going through, his struggles with alcohol. So, you gotta give it up to everybody, man, that supported Jon Moxley. So much respect to Punk and everybody else, man. And so yeah, man. So then CM Punk, he had brought up Eddie Kingston. Jon Moxley's tag team partner.
Full Gear is an option, yes, but also a little bit up the road is St. Louis. And Eddie, if you got the balls, because I got the time, I'll be in St. Louis, and I'll be there to accept your apology for interrupting me.
Oh.
And I'll leave you guys with this. Because Jon Moxley is not here, there's a spot open up in the title eliminator tournament, and I was going to happily fill that after I cleared up stuff with Eddie Kingston. But now, you don't get CM Punk versus Orange Cassidy. You don't possibly get CM Punk, Bryan Danielson at Full Gear. Don't boo me. Boo Eddie because he thinks he's somebody, and Friday I'm going to find out exactly who he thinks he is.
Wow. And that was it, man. That was it with the promo, man. That was it with the promo from CM Punk. So he wants a face-to-face with Eddie Kingston, man. So yeah, man, that should be really good, man. That should be really, really, really good. Face-to-face, CM Punk, Eddie Kingston on a microphone, man. Them going back and forth on a microphone, man. Absolutely golden, man. Absolutely freaking gold, man. I cannot wait for that, man. I cannot wait for that. I still remember the Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston face-to-face promo, man. That was really good, man. Last year, during the pandemic, they had their match, but when Jon Moxley was the AEW World Champion, and they had their feud. I thought that was a really great feud and a great match too. And it was around this time. At Full Gear. It was around this time that Jon Moxley was AEW World Champion and he defended his title against Eddie Kingston. So yeah, man, that was a great feud, man. Great feud. And yeah, I cannot wait for Friday for this feud, man. For the back and forth on the mic with CM Punk and Eddie Kingston. And not only on a microphone, but in the ring too, man. I would love to see them both in the ring together. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it with CM Punk and his issues with Eddie Kingston. He didn't appreciate Eddie Kingston interrupting him on AEW Rampage on Friday. And so yeah, man. So he wants an apology from Eddie Kingston. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had Miro, God's Forsaken champion. Miro, he spoke.
My God, I cursed you. I warned you. I threatened you. And then I waited patiently. And now the word comes in that the Redeemer, God's Forsaken champion, has put in a title race all of a sudden. Is that you trying to help me? Or you trying to toy with me? When I look up in anger, do you look down in fear? Because in this tournament, it is you who need to prove yourself to me, like I need to prove myself to her. So my road home is clear now, and it's going to be paved with skulls with those who dare to stay in front of me. I will be champion. I will be forgiven. I will be loved. And then you'll be forgiven.
Wow. So yeah, man, that was it from Miro. So Miro, he was Jon Moxley's replacement in that AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament match. And so yeah, man, so yeah, Miro. So it's gonna be Miro, man. Miro versus Orange Cassidy. So that was the main event later on tonight. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so that was it. And so right after that, man, we had a backstage interview, man. We had Alex Marvez. He interviews SuperKliq, the SuperKliq. So that's Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. So that's Matt and Nick Jackson. And so yeah, man. So Cole, he had said that last week's loss was a fluke, and it won't happen again. And so Christian Cage, former Impact World Champion Christian Cage, he interrupted the interview. And so the SuperKliq, the Bucks, Cole. They told Cage not to try anything stupid, you know, because there's 3 of us and 1 of you. And so Luchasaurus had showed up. So Luchasaurus had showed up from the other side, and so the SuperKliq, they backed away. And so, you know, they was like, you know, we're gonna take this somewhere else. We're not gonna fight you right now. And so the, you know, SuperKliq, they ended up taking out Luchasaurus and Christian Cage anyway backstage. And so they fought out to the ring. And so yeah, so they were trying to fight these guys off. And then Jungle Boy, you know, Jungle Boy, we didn't see Jungle Boy, but he came out of nowhere. And he jumped off the stage. He jumped off of the stage. I think it was a senton bomb. He jumped off the stage, running. He ran across the stage, and he jumped off of the stage, senton bomb style, and landed right on top of the SuperKliq. And so yeah, man. So Cage, he speared Matt, and so Cage tried to hit the kill switch on Matt on the stage, but Nick had caught Cage with a super kick. And so Luchasaurus, he had chokeslam. He had chokeslam Nick right on top of Adam Cole's back, so that had to hurt, man. And so Jungle Boy, he had locked in the snare trap, his submission move on Adam Cole. And so Cage, he had brought out, you know, Cage had went to the back and he had brought out 2 chairs, you know, because he's synonymous with 2 chairs and the concerto with Edge. And so yeah, man, so Cage, he had brought up the 2 chairs for the concerto. And so he tried to hit the concerto on Cole. Cage hit the concerto on Adam Cole. And so yeah, so Adam Cole, he had sold it nicely, man. He sold it like death. And so Adam Cole, he was shivering and all that stuff in pain. So I thought that was really cool, man. The sell job from Adam Cole. And so yeah, man, so that was pretty much it, man. Pretty much it with the segment, man. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the AAA. We had the AAA Tag Team Championship match. And so yeah, man, so this is an open challenge. It was an open challenge tag team title match. And it was Aero Star. It was Aero Star and Samurai Del Sol, formerly known as Kalisto, versus FTR. And that's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler representing the Pinnacle, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions. And so yeah, man, so yeah, we had Aero Star. He came in the ring. He started flipping around and all that stuff. When he got tagged in, he was flipping around over and over and over and over again. And so Dax had gave Star the middle finger, gave him the finger. And so yeah, man, so we had a assisted dropkick to FTR from Samurai. And then we had an Escalera to Dax from Star. So that was a scary landing, man. Like, Star, he almost landed right on the top of his head. And so yeah, man, so FTR, they cut off Star. They slowed him down. And so FTR, they took control of the match during a commercial break. Picture-in-picture, of course. And so yeah, man, so we had a senton. We had a senton bomb. Senton bomb off of the top rope to Dax out of the ring. And so yeah, man, that, like, the senton bomb to Dax from Star almost knocked the guardrail out of place. And it knocked the cover. It knocked the cover off of the guardrail. So it almost knocked the whole entire guardrail off of the, off of the side, out of place. And so yeah, man, so we had a double diving Hurricanranas to FTR. And then Samurai hit the Salido del Sol. He hit the Salido del Sol to Wheeler. And so yeah, man, so we had a diving splash to Wheeler from Star. And then we had a brain buster to Samurai on the mat outside the ring from Dax. And so yeah, man, so to end the match, man, we had a roll up to Star from Cash to win the match. So therefore, FTR wins the match and are still the AAA Tag Team Champions. So Cash, he used the rope for extra leverage to win the match. So yeah, so FTR wins the match and are still the AAA Tag Team Champions. And so yeah, man, so yeah, that was it, man. That was it with the match, man. Good match, man. Good match. And great seeing Kalisto, man. Getting a chance to shine, man. Getting a chance to shine. Because he would have never gotten that opportunity in WWE. Never gotten it. Only time he gotten it was in NXT. That's the only time he ever gotten the opportunity. And so yeah, man, so that was it, man. That was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone, he had presented Hikaru Shida her trophy for her 50 wins on AEW. And so Schiavone, he congratulated Shida on her wins, on her 50 wins in AEW. And so Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero had interrupted the interview. And so Nyla Rose, she said that she's gonna beating Hikaru Shida in the TBS Women's Title Eliminator match will be an easy night for her. And so yeah, man, so that was it, man. That was it. And so yeah, man, so yeah, Hikaru Shida will be fighting Nyla Rose in the TBS Title Eliminator tournament. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the Inner Circle. We had Le Champion, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, who is the TNT champion, reigning and defending TNT champion, Jake Hager, and Santana and Ortiz. So they came out to the ring They spoke, and so Jericho he congratulated Sammy Guevara on his title defense win over Ethan Page. And so yeah, man. So they were talking about the guys who they're gonna face. They picked members of the American Top Team who they're gonna pick and fight. And so the American Top Team they interrupted. At one point we had Dan Lambert. He was speaking and the crowd just started chanting, "Shut the f up! Shut the f up!" And so yeah, man. So Jake Hager he had chose Junior Dos Santos as the first person, and then Santana he had chose Andre Arlovsky. And then, at one point we had Jericho. They were figuring out who their third person of the American Top Team they were going to pick. And so they were going down the list. And so they went down the rest of the list of the guys. And then Jericho, he had mentioned Page. Not Page from WWE. Not Hangman Adam Page. Not Ethan Page. But Page, one of the women's MMA fighters that's a part of the American Top Team. Jericho had got into it with her on a microphone. And so yeah, man. So or he called out her husband or something like that. And so she said that she doesn't need a man to fight her battles and all that stuff.
I don't need no man to fight my fights for me. You better write my name down because November 13th, my schedule is wide open. And hey, Chris. There isn't an Instagram filter out there that could hide the beating that I'm gonna give you.
Wow.
You know what? Judging by the looks of all those tight pants, none of you even have the balls to take me on.
Wow.
Hell, I could take all 5 of you by myself.
Hello. Very confident.
You want to take on all 5 of us by yourself?
Oh.
Well, that joke writes itself, doesn't it? Maybe you can put it on your OnlyFans page.
Wow. Yeah, JR said hello. So yeah, that was the first part of it. And so yeah, so they went through the guys they were gonna pick. So Jake Hager he had chose Junior Dos Santos. Santana he chose Andre Arlovsky. And so we got our third person that the Inner Circle had picked.
But we're gonna choose, when we think about it, we're looking right at you right now. We're choosing the guy who said he's the #1 member, the first member of America's Top Team.
Uh-oh.
I did not say that. We choose Dan Lambert. I did not say that. I did not say that. You shut up. You shut up. I did not say that. Take the tape. You said right here, any member of America's Top Team. You guys heard him say it. If you heard him say he's the #1 member, let me hear you say fat face dipshit.
Fat face dipshit.
I said fighters. I said fighters. Shut your mouth. No.
Dan Lambert's big mouth.
We'll see you guys in full gear, and we're gonna kick your asses for American Top 10.
So yeah, that was it, man. That was it with the promo segment. That was it with the segment with the Inner Circle and America's Top Team. So it's gonna be Junior Dos Santos, Andre Arlovsky, and Dan Lambert with the Men of the Year versus the Inner Circle, man. Every member of the Inner Circle. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it. Really fun segment, man. Even though I'm not a fan of the feud, haven't been a fan of the feud, it was still a great segment, man. Still a great segment. And so I'm guessing the Inner Circle will win. I'm guessing the Inner Circle will win since the American Top Team beat the Inner Circle the last time they fought. So they're gonna get that win back. And so yeah, man. So when that happens, we can finally move on, man. We can finally move on with the American Top Team. Get rid of them, man. Get rid of the American Top Team. Just keep the Men of the Year, man. Just keep Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Dan Lambert. Just keep those 3. Get rid of everybody else, man. Get rid of everybody else. Get rid of everybody else, man. And so yeah, man. So just like how they got rid of, that Kayla Anderson or that Kayla Harrison chick, or she decided not to show up or something like that. She decided not to show up anymore. Yeah, nobody asked you to come to AEW anyways. But yeah, man. So yeah, so that was it, man. That was it with that. So yeah, Inner Circle will win. Inner Circle will win, and just have these guys move on. Just have them move on from the American top team. Get rid of everybody else in the American top team, and just keep Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Dan Lambert. Have Dan Lambert as their spokesperson. So yeah, man. So that's what I would do, man. That's what I would do, and probably send Sky and Page after the tag team titles. That's what they need to do. But yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with that. And so yeah, so of course it's gonna be that 10-man tag team match at Full Gear, Inner Circle versus Junior Dos Santos, Andre Arlovski, and Dan Lambert with the Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was it, man. So right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone, he interviews Matt Sydal, Lee Moriarty, and Dante Martin with Lio Rush. So Sydal, he congratulated Dante Martin on his win against Matt Sydal on AEW Rampage. And so yeah, man. So you know, Sydal and Lee Moriarty, they challenge, or Moriarty. Sydal and Lee Moriarty, they challenged Dante Martin and Lio Rush to a tag team match. They challenged them to a tag team match. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it, man. So they had to run it by Tony Khan. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had the first round of the TBS Women's Title Eliminator Tournament match, and it was Jamie Hayter with Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, who is the AEW Women's Champion, and Rebel versus Anna Jay of the Dark Order. So yeah, man. So I really didn't care about this match. Really wasn't much to this match either, man. Really wasn't much. So yeah, at one point Anna, she had threw Hayter into the guardrail, and then Hayter, she fought back and she took control of the match during the commercial break, picture-in-picture, of course. And so yeah, man. So Jay, she hit a DDT on Hayter, and then Anna Jay, she tried to lock in Queen Slayer on Hayter, but Rebel, she distracted the referee, and then Dr. Britt had grabbed that Anna's foot. And so to end the match, we had a lariat. We had a lariat to Anna Jay to win the match. So therefore, Jamie Hayter wins the match, and she advanced to the next round. So she'll go on to the next round in the TBS Women's Title Eliminator match, and she'll be fighting Thunder Rosa in the next round. So yeah, man. So right after the match, we have Dr. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel. They attacked Anna Jay. And so Ty Conti, she had ran to the ring to fight off the heels, but the numbers had caught up to her. And so Thunder Rosa had came out to the ring to her theme music. Why? I don't know. Just run out to the ring. And so yeah, Rosa, she had took out Hayter. And so that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Jade Cargill and Smart Mark Sterling. They were backstage and they spoke about the TBS Women's Title Eliminator match and potential, who's gonna face Jade Cargill, because Jade Cargill, she hasn't had a match yet in this tournament. Like she had that bye in that tournament.
Everybody knows that Jade Cargill has a bye in the first round of the TBS title tournament, and obviously that's because of her unbelievable, amazing, undefeated record. But this Friday, we will be watching closely as Red Velvet faces off against the Bunny on Rampage.
It doesn't even matter who wins that match.
It doesn't matter, because whoever wins will be meeting their ultimate demise, who is Jade Cargill.
And let's be real, I plan on making this short and sweet.
Perfect.
And renaming that belt That Bitch Show.
Wow, I like it. So yeah, that was it, man. That was it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had MJF. So MJF, the leader of the Pinnacle, he came out and he spoke. And so yeah, man. So MJF, he came out to the ring. Darby Allin, he was in the crowd. And so MJF, he said that he and Darby Allin, they're pillars of AEW, and without them, AEW wouldn't work. And so Darby, of course, he was sitting in the crowd. So MJF, he wanted to know why the crowd booed him and why they cheered Darby Allin. And so yeah, so MJF, he had said that Darby is not normal enough to fit in society. And so MJF, he had said that Darby will never fit in. He'll never fit in today's world, and he'll never win. And so yeah, so MJF said that he's a better wrestler. He's a better wrestler than Darby. And so MJF, he said that, I'm a better wrestler than you because I'm that damn good. So that's Triple H's old catchphrase. Triple H used to say that, I'm that damn good. And so yeah, so MJF, he has said that, he can beat Darby. He could beat Darby with a headlock in the takeover, since he's a better wrestler than Darby Allin. And so yeah, Darby, he has said that, he's everything that MJF said that he was. You know, he's not normal. He's an outcast or something along those lines, he said. And so, yeah, so Darby, he said that he's going to keep his emotions in check. And so Darby, he has said at Full Gear he will not beat MJF with a skateboard, but at Full Gear it's going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a wrestling match. But, you know, tonight he's going to let out his anger. He's going to let out his anger right now. And so Darby Allin, he tried to walk out to the ring. He walked to the ring from the crowd. And so MJF, he was backing away. So MJF, he had got out of the ring and he walked up the stage ramp. And so we had Sting, he had came out, and they had a bunch of masked guys. They came out to, you know, they were walking behind Sting, and so they stopped MJF from running away. And so, yeah, man, so we had Shawn Spears and Wardlow of the Pinnacle, so they came out and they took out the masked men. And so, yeah, so we had security people. I think they were breaking them up, or referees, they were breaking them up. And so, yeah, so Darby and MJF, they were fighting in the crowd. And so Darby, this was nice right here, man. We had Darby and MJF, they were fighting in the crowd. And so Darby, he clothesline, he had hit a running clothesline on MJF off of the guardrail. So he knocked him off of the guardrail with that running clothesline. So he was walking far away. He was walking far away. He ran this long distance and just caught MJF with a running clothesline right over the guardrail. So that was nice, man. And so, yeah, man, so that was it, man. So that match should be really good, man. Darby Allin, MJF should be really good, man. It's going to be a wrestling match. It's not going to be a no DQ match. But, yeah, man, yeah, should be really good, man. And, yeah, they having their match at Full Gear. So Full Gear is next Saturday. So one match I'm looking forward to is this match. And so next we had our next match, and it was Andrade El Idolo versus Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson in his corner. So, of course, Malakai Black was banned from ringside. So, yeah, so, man, to start this match, man, Andrade, he had slapped the hell out of Cody Rhodes, man. He slapped the hell out of him, man. He freaking bitch slapped him. So he slapped Cody Rhodes in his face. And so Cody, he unloaded on Andrade. And so Cody, he tripped up Andrade on the ring apron. And so, yeah, man, we had a drop kick to Andrade in midair. And so, yeah, man, so Andrade, at one point, Cody, he was going for the Cody cutter, but Andrade, he had knocked him off of the top rope onto the floor outside the ring. And so, yeah, man, so Andrade, he took control of the match during the commercial break, pitcher, of course. And so, yeah, man, so we had a power slam. We had a power slam to Andrade. And so the crowd, they started booing Cody Rhodes. And so, yeah, man, so we had a back elbow to Cody, a version of the Judas effect to Cody. And so, yeah, so Andrade, he hit the Three Amigos to Cody. And so Andrade, he hit the third amigo. He hit the third amigo on Cody on the turnbuckle, man. He hit it on the turnbuckle, so that was nice. And so we had a running meteor to Cody in the corner. And so Cody started hitting jabs on Andrade, and so the crowd continued to boo Cody. And so, yeah, man, so Cody hit the bionic elbow to Andrade, so shades of his dad right there, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, the late, great American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And so, yeah, man, so we had a figure four leg lock. So Andrade, he had locked a figure four leg lock on Cody. So shades of his soon-to-be father-in-law, Ric Flair. So, yeah, man, so Cody, of course, he reversed the figure four leg lock. And so Andrade, he got caught in a hold. So when you reverse a figure four leg lock, you get caught into a submission move, kind of like a reverse Indian deathlock. And so, yeah, so Andrade, he grabbed the rope to break up the hold. And so, yeah, we had Andrade's assistant. His name is Jose. At first, I never gotten his name. I just called him Andrade's assistant. But the commentary team had said his name was Jose. So Jose, he got on a ring apron, and he distracted the referee. And so Arn Anderson, he took out Jose. Cody went for a tope suicida. He went for a tope suicida, and so FTR had came out. They said it came out from under the ring. So FTR had hit Cody Rhodes with the AAA Tag Team titles in midair off of a tope suicida behind the referee's back, so the referee did not see it. So, yeah, man, so Andrade, he had brought Cody back into the ring. And so to end the match, man, we had a hammerlock DDT to Cody Rhodes to win the match. So, therefore, Andrade El Idolo wins the match. And so, yeah, that was it, man. Great match, man. Great match. And so, yeah, man, so I had a feeling that Cody was going to win. That was just me. I had a feeling that Cody was going to win, but I'm glad Cody did not win. You know, because Cody is a type of guy. He is the type of guy that, you know, that can take a loss. That can take a loss. Is not going to affect him. It's not going to affect him if he take a loss. It's really not, because he's bulletproof, and he's an EVP. He's an EVP, one of the EVPs of AEW. So why should he be winning all the time? He shouldn't be winning all the time. So yeah, so right after the match, man, we had Andrade and FTR. They took out Cody Rhodes, And so Arn Anderson, so yeah, Tully Blanchard, he was out there too, so he came out with FTR. And so yeah, so Arn and Tully, so former tag team partners as part of the Brain Busters, man. So yeah, so they stood face to face. They were getting ready to fight. And so the Lucha Bros came out and they attacked FTR. And that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. And so FTR, they retreated, because one of the Lucha Bros, they tried to hit their finishing move, their tag team finishing move, I think on Dax. And so Cash had pulled Dax out of the ring. And so that was it, man. That was it. Really good stuff, man. I can't wait for this match, man. This tag team championship match with FTR and the Lucha Bros for the tag team titles, man. Cannot wait, man. Cannot wait. Like, one of these teams, they're going to be double champs, man. They're going to be double champs, and I think it's going to be FTR. It's going to be FTR. Because I mentioned it last week that, last year at Full Gear, 2020 Full Gear, FTR were the tag team champions, and they lost their tag team titles to the Bucks. And so the order to right their wrong, they go win their AEW World Tag Team titles back from, get their titles back. And not only get their titles back, but still remain AAA tag team champions and become double tag team champions, man, double champs. So yeah, man, so that was it, man. That was it with that. So yeah, cannot wait for that tag team match. So yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews John Silver, Johnny Hungy, from the Dark Order, representing the Dark Order.
About that Friday night live in St. Louis, Rampage, you and Adam Cole one-on-one. I like to stay neutral, but Johnny, I hope you kick his, you know what?
Well, thank you, Tony, but it's not going to be John Silver versus Adam Cole this Friday.
What is going to be?
What it's going to be is John Silver versus
Budge.
And since good old Budge has been here in AEW, I've been trying to help him out, trying to give him some advice, some pointers, maybe get new gear, maybe get rid of that hair, change your name to Budge, maybe just be the Dark Order's manager. Yeah. But he hasn't taken any of our advice, and maybe if he did take our advice, he would not get a concerto from Christian tonight.
Oh, wow.
But he hasn't taken my advice, and that makes me mad. Oh, that makes me mad. So this Friday on Rampage, you're getting the meat, man. You're getting Johnny Hungy. And this Friday, I'm going to kick some Budge ass.
So, yeah, that was it, man. So, I can't wait for this match either, man. So, this is going to be on Rampage, man. It's going to be our AEW Rampage this Friday. So, John Silver versus Adam Cole, baby. Or Budge, Budge, like John Silver like to say Budge. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's their thing on being the elite. They're trying to get Adam Cole to join the Dark Order on being the elite. And the real life story, man. Real story with Cole when he was in WWE. Before he was getting called up to the main roster, they wanted to change Adam Cole. They wanted to change his hair. From what we heard, his hair, his look, his name. They wanted him to become a manager for Keith Lee and all that stuff. So yeah, man. So that's shots fired. So they've been firing shots at WWE based off of that, man. Based off of that, with this back and forth with Adam Cole and the Dark Order trying to recruit him as a manager. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it. And so before we get into our main event, man, let's talk about next week's show. Let's talk about next week's show and Rampage. Well, we really didn't get anything for next week's show. We got everything for Rampage. So Rampage is going to be, of course, John Silver versus Adam Cole this Friday. And also we had the face-to-face. We had CM Punk and Eddie Kingston face-to-face. So I'm guessing that's the main event. Or the last thing we see is that, the face-to-face. So I can't wait for that either, man. And also we had the first round of the TBS Women's Championship Eliminator title match. So it's going to be the Bunny versus Red Velvet. So that's also on AEW Rampage. And so yeah, man, so that was it, man. Now right after that, man, we had the main event. We had the semifinals of the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament match. And it was Orange Cassidy versus Miro, who is Jon Moxley's replacement, Miro. And we had Bryan Danielson, who would be in the finals. So Bryan Danielson is in the finals. So the winner of this match will be going on against Bryan Danielson in the finals at Full Gear. And so yeah, man. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this was supposed to be this is supposed to be Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy, but Jon Moxley he's going through rehab, so hopefully he gets the help that he needs. And so yeah, so the main event, it was Orange Cassidy versus God's Forsaken champion Miro. And so yeah, man, so both of these guys, they were bandaged up, man. Miro was bandaged up, and Orange Cassidy were bandaged up. Orange, he had his ribs taped, so his ribs were taped up, and Miro, he had like his thigh area taped up. So yeah, so both of these guys, they were taped up. And so yeah, so Orange, he tried to play mind games with Miro by using his speed against, Miro, trying to avoid Miro and all that stuff. And so Cassidy, Orange Cassidy, he tried to go for an overhead, or he tried to go for a tope suicida, and then Miro had caught him in midair and hit him with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex on the floor. And so yeah, so Miro, he took control of the match during a commercial break, picture-in-picture, of course. And then Orange, he tried to fight back. We had a spinning DDT to Orange, or a spinning DDT to Miro rather, and Miro kicked out. And so yeah, man, so we had a diving elbow drop. It looked like a diving elbow drop to Miro through the timekeeper's area, man, off of the top rope. So yeah, Miro went through the table on the outside, went through the table on the timekeeper's area. And so yeah, man, so Miro barely made it back into the ring. When the referee was counting to 10, Miro, he barely made it back into the ring. And so yeah, man, so Orange, he hit a beach break to Miro, and Miro kicked out, so that also a close one, man. And so Miro hit a Machka kick to Orange. And so to end the match, man, we had Miro, he had locked in his game over submission move to Orange Cassidy, and Orange, he tapped out immediately, man. As soon as Miro locked that thing in, Orange Cassidy, he tapped out. So, and the way that Miro locked it in, dude, it was freaking painful, man. It was freaking painful. Like when Miro, like when he locked in the game changer, when he locked in the game over submission move, and he just lands on his back when he lock it in, that looks painful, man. Like it gotta hurt the back. It gotta hurt the back. So Orange Cassidy, he already had like tape ribs, so that had to hurt really bad. So I'm guessing that's why he tapped out that fast. So yeah, so Miro wins the match and will go on to face Bryan Danielson in the finals of the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament at Full Gear. So yeah, man, this is a good match, really good match. And so yeah, so right after the match, we had Bryan Danielson. He left commentary, so he left the commentary team, and he got in the ring to try to shake Miro's hand. And Miro, he left the ring. So he left the ring, so he didn't shake his hand. So yeah, man, so it's gonna be Miro versus Bryan Danielson at Full Gear, man. And I'm down for it. Down for it, bro. I'm down for it. Now you could have went anyway, man. It could have been Bryan versus Cassidy. Either match would have worked, man. Either match would have worked. It could have been Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Still would have been a great match. Bryan Danielson versus Orange Cassidy. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see that, man. But yeah, they could have went any way with it, man. They could have went either way with it. And they did a great job with this tournament. Did a great job with this. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, and they found a great replacement too for Jon Moxley. They found a great replacement. You could have replaced him with anybody, and it still would have been great, man. Still would have been a great match. But yeah, or Orange Cassidy, he could have had a bye. He could have had a bye in the tournament. He could have had a bye in the tournament. And yeah, he could have had a bye in the tournament. But yeah, man, they opted to choose an opponent. So yeah, either way, man, either way they could have went. Still would have been the right decision. There's no wrong decision with this, man. No wrong decision. Either way would have worked out. Either way would have worked out. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was it. That was it, man. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. And overall, man, just a good show, man. Really good show. And yeah, as I said earlier, this show flew by really fast. I don't know if it was for just you guys or it's just me, but to me, it felt like it just flew by really fast. And yeah, the Cody Rhodes and Andrade match was good, man. Really great. And the Miro versus Orange Cassidy match was good, man. And yeah, man, the segments were really fun too. And yeah, man, so yeah, that was it, man. That was it with AEW Dynamite for November the 3rd, 2021 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, if you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to The Ryan Awesome Show, and hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button is a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I am here each and every single week, man. I'm here on AEW Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, of course. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man. WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, man. And yeah, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across. on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, man, if you missed the last week's review of AEW Dynamite, the video is going to be right up here in this corner. And the link to that video will be down below in the description. So make sure you either click up here or click down below if you want to check it out, man. Check it out. And yeah, man. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Thursday, man. I'll see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support, man. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, and thank you, man. And yeah, man. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.